Now into the 11th event of Marble Superior Season 4, we head into Bridge Crossing, an event we've seen a couple times, and the third event in a row that is exclusive to this competition, and we will be seeing how our teams do today, as every team has experience, unlike an escape room. This is also the 11th event of Season 3, I might add, so pretty interesting on that. And after the 10th event of the season being Escape Room, Blue Ray Blasters have a 31-point lead, a monstrous lead over the Holographics, who are 7 points ahead of the Mocha Maniacs. Still a decent amount of time left, but that 31-point lead is going to be hard to cross, just like how this event, Bridge Crossing, is going to be difficult to traverse. And I'll explain the event. Each team will go one by one on this Gravitrax course, and each row of potholes will be 1 point, so that marble right there got 23, and a finisher is 35. The record is 93 by this team, the Yellow Jackets, who are sitting in last in the standings, and by a considerable margin. They really need to pick things up on the season if they want to just not get last. And they will actually get a finisher in the first run of the event. That is a 35. That is 35 points, and 64 will obviously put them in first, being that they're the only team who has went. But 64 was just okay in the qualifiers, so we'll see if results in the qualifiers will translate here. Now, Solstice Squad, and geez, this has not been the same team that we've seen in seasons 1 through 3. And they gotta show that they're actually worthy for that Marble Invites invitation, and they look like so. That's very consistent from them. And 77 will actually put them ahead of the Yellow Jackets by 13 points, and Solstice Squad have gone into first place. Solid for them, but it's only been 2 runs, so we'll see if a 77 will hold its ground. Now, Heat Strokes. Rookies this season, well, their first main league season, I should say, and no medals, but some decent finishes, but they're sitting all the way down in 14th. And they have a decent run. Three of those marbles stop basically in unison, and a 58 will put them in last, but not that bad of a run. But who knows, some of these runs could be insane, so we'll just have to see, because we're still in the early stages of this event, obviously. Now the Shockwaves, ending off the first quarter of teams. They just got a bronze in Escape Room, which was their second bronze, adding on to their bronze in Shotput Duel. And so far it's looking pretty decent. One comes to a stop, and it's a very similar run to the Heat Strokes, but it is better considerably, being a 72, putting them in second place. Solid for the Shockwaves. They really do need something going after a poor performance in Season 3, and so far a very underwhelming performance in Season 4. Now, Team Toxin. Now, may I talk about underwhelming performances? This team usually has a really good second half, but hasn't gotten that explosive start that they got at the start of Season 3 second half. They got silver in this event in Season 3, and it's pretty good. But also considering they got last in the friendly round in this event. And they'll go dead average, supposedly so, and getting a 65 will put them in third, exact middle of the pack. Still, Team Toxin has really not really left an impression on this season, just getting 1 bronze in block bumping. Now, Wicked Wizards, another rookie this season, their first main league after not qualifying in Season 3. They just got a gold in Escape Room. How can they follow it up in this event? Oh, one of them already comes to a stop. One of them goes to 22, I think, but nothing else, really. And that will definitely go last. 44 by quite a margin. 14 points behind the next team, Heat Strokes, with 58. I will put the Wicked Wizards in last. Disappointing after just winning their first career event in Escape Room. Now, the Gracious Glaciers, a team who is doing very well at the start of the season, staying up towards the top 5, but have fallen considerably down to 10th. And they have a decent run, and one of them only gets to 23. So just an okay run. Adding on to their just mediocre last 2 events, and just a 59 will put them in 5th out of 7. Not great for the Gracious Glaciers. They usually have that sort of mid-season drought where they just can't get good finishes for a while before ending well. We'll see if they do that this season. Now the Lucky Lemons. They just won Friction Slope 2 events ago, but then followed up with a Goose Egg in Escape Room. How can they do here? And it's pretty decent. That could go for top 4, and it will actually go top 3 with a 69, which was actually the winning score in Season 3, showing how much these teams have just gotten better at the event, I should say. And after the halfway point, Solstice Squad lead with 77. Very hopeful for them, considering the rest of their season has been pretty grim. And that is looking good for them. The Solstice Squad fans very happy. They have not been very happy this season, considering how the team's been performing. And now the Nanospheres. The team has actually been doing surprisingly well. 3 medals, 1 of each color. Can they do well here? Oh, one of them going very far. Well, much further than it really should have. And it really did save the run. Otherwise, the run was not great. 50 will put them second last for the Nanospheres, a team who got 11th in this event in their group in the Season 4 qualifiers. So, expectedly so. But they've had a very feast or famine season. Now, the Northern Narwhals also had a very feast or famine season. Had a horrible start, but have resurged with 2 golds and some okay finishes. And it's all 4 of them going together. One of them will get to 27. And a pretty good run all around. 69. Tied with the Lucky Lemons, but because of that 27 being better than the Lucky Lemons 22, I believe, that will put them ahead. Now the Tidal Waves. A team who is in 6th, but no medals, surprisingly enough. And they've just been insanely consistent. Can they continue that consistency here? And it's looking pretty decent. Oh, 3 of them already come to a stop. One of them will not get to the end. Will just barely get a 30. And that is not that good of a run. That 30 basically saved them from last place. 57 will put them in 9th. And what could have been with a finisher? Even just 5 extra points, that could have done a lot for them. It's just 9th out of 11. Not even a top half provisionally. Now the Limelights. They've basically had the same season as the Tidal Waves, but with a bronze and friction slope. And they're actually 5 points ahead of the Tidal Waves, funnily enough. And yeah, that's not a good run at all. Just stopped so early and just a 47, 3 points ahead of last place, and just 11th for the Limelights. Not good considering they are in 5th in the order, and they could have really done with a good finish. Now the Mystic Twisters, another very consistent team this season, with just 2 bronzes and sitting in 4th. How can our hosting team do here? All 4 of them go down. 3 of them still going past the halfway point. One of them will actually make it to the end. Could this go for a top 3? And it will go P1 with 83. Will put the Mystic Twisters in 1st place. Oh my goodness. Our hosting team could be on for their first gold of the season, and even though they're not even guaranteed a podium at this point, the fans are still ecstatic. The Mystic Twisters fans in the Tornado are going crazy. Now the Mocha Maniacs. They came 4th in this event last season, so they are probably one of the biggest threats to pass the Mystic Twisters, but looking at this run, not seemingly so, and that will probably go mid-pack. And yeah, just 10th out of 14. Not good for the Mocha Maniacs. They're bronze, provisionally bronze team in the standings with just a 51. Final 2 runs. The Mystic Twisters are guaranteed at least a bronze. Here come the holographics. I think they're just more worried about doing better than the Blu-ray Blasters, who haven't even done the event yet. Oh, 2 of them come to a stop right there. But how can they do that? Marble is still going and will get to the end. That could go for a podium, if not P1. And it will go 3rd, 76. So, they could gain points on the Blu-ray Blasters, but I mean, at this point, they really just need to take any points they get, because a 31-point lead in 6 events, that is difficult. The Blu-ray Blasters, in every single one-run team event, they've been the final run and gotten a podium in the event. Can they do that here? They got 3rd in tightrope, 2nd in block bumping. Can they go 1st in bridge crossing? And one of them will get to the end. This could go for P1, but it will not. In fact, it will miss the podium entirely with 73, which will mean that the Mystic Twisters will win the bridge crossing event. The same thing that happened last season with the Galaxies winning their first event of the season in bridge crossing. The Mystic Twisters do it as well, and they will win the first gold medal of the season. Solstice Squad get their first medal of the season in 2nd place, and very good for the team who has been underperforming. And holographics get 3rd. Another 3 points gained in the Blu-ray Blasters, but still that lead is going to be huge with 5 events left to go. This is their first event win since swimming of last season, Their first team event win, I must add on that. And that will boost them into third, now just 7 points behind the Holographics, who are still 28 behind the Blue-Red Blasters. But further back, Mocha Maniacs fall down to fourth, Northern Narwhals in fifth, and Lucky Lemons in sixth. Solstice Squad also move up into 14th because of that medal. The next event will be Twister Tower. I'll see you there. Goodbye.